Hello and welcome to a new episode of Age of History 2. Today we'll be playing a new mod I'm working on, and it's B.C.E. So I've worked on mods on the Age of Imperialism, on the Age of World War 1, I work on TSGW, which is in World War 2, but I've not yet worked on a mod that focuses on the Ancient Age. But not just the Ancient Age, the ones that were very far away in the time. So B.C.E. is a mod that focuses on everything before the birth of Christ or before Common Era, and mainly in scenarios before like 500 BCE, so even older than what we consider ancient. So no ancient Greece, not anything about Rome. I already made a mod about ancient Greece and like Anatolia, and that is Bliss of the Ancients, but that's why I'm not gonna do the same thing once again. So let's just reload the correct scale here. So BCE is a mod that focuses on the old world. So if we can actually start looking at it, we can see that it focuses on basically everything in the old world. For now, this scenario is still a work in progress, so it's not finished. And there's something like not anything really in Europe. That's because I still have to finish it, but when I finish it, there will be some cultures, some tribes and things like that, maybe Etrurians, but I'm not really sure. And of course Berbers and other peoples here in Africa, and even in Southwest Africa. Anyways, I already finished the rest of the world, so we can see things like the Neo-Hittite, which are the peoples that basically succeeded the Hittite Empire. And then we have Babylon, which is the most powerful nation in the world for now. The ancient Egyptians, which are theocracy because the pharaoh was like comparable to a god. We have the city of Troy, and that's why I will eventually put the Messenian Greeks here. And we have things like the biblical kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of Saba, the kingdom of Macrobia, or maybe the nations of Macrobia, Elam, the Western and Eastern Iranians. Eventually I'll put some events that make them actually migrate and create things like the Persian Empire, the Avestans, and many other civs like the Zhou dynasty. We have some cultures here. We have the Yomon people in Japan. We have the Yue culture down here in southern China, Igorot in Philippines, and so much more. And of all these nations, I'll be playing something in India. And I've been working on events for these nations, so this is just like a starting point just to see how the mod works. And for now there's only this scenario, which is precisely in 1000 BC, and that's what we will do. So we'll be playing as Magadha. Magadha was a major realm of India in this time. It was created just before this century, and had existed just as a minor realm, but in time it gained a bit of strength. It was based on the Ganges River, but not the delta of the Ganges, more like this part. As you can see, I even put rivers in the background to really see how it goes, and you can see that the growth rate of the provinces has really a lot to do with the rivers, because of course in the ancient era, rivers were basically the best way to create a civilization. So even here in the Levant, in the Mesopotamia area, and in Egypt, we can see that the major areas are the ones with the rivers. Ignore Europe again because I haven't finished it. Anyways, we'll be going forward to our Magadha gameplay. Fog of War Discovery, AI aggressiveness just normal, and yeah, let's just go. So, as you can see, I even reworked the UI so it's more ancient-like. Even if I have to finish some changes, I still have the UI down here of another mod I'm working on, and that's why I will currently just go like this. So, Magadha was basically a little realm here in India, and it's mostly known because there's this legendary king, which is Bimbisara, but like he was born almost over 500 years later. So in this time, Magadha was one of the major realms, but at the same time it wasn't really a hegemon of India. A cool little lion flag, and that's it. So let's see a bit of governments here. In the ancient era, of course, there weren't really ideologies, but there were different government forms. So in the area we're being like, so mostly northern and central India, we can see there are multiple types of civilization. There are the tribes, like the Avanti, the Asmaka, and the Vatsa. These were literally just uncivilized tribes that either like roamed around or didn't really settle in anything and didn't have a government. Then we have what we are, the tribal monarchies, which are midway between tribes and monarchies. Of course, we have monarchies. Then we have theocracies, like Matsya, which was a theocracy dedicated to the goddess Matsya of the Hindu religion, or whatever the Hindu religion was at this point in time. Then we have nations, and nations are things like this one, which are basically tribes, but like the nation of the tribe without the government of a tribe. So no tribal leader and stuff like that, just a peoples roaming around. And then we have plutocracies. Plutocracies were realms which mainly concentrated in trading and basically did their own thing. So, I think we can start. The state of India in 1000 BC. The Indian subcontinent is currently in the Vedic age. The Vedas, our sacred book, have recently been written. The Indo-Aryan invasions have brought the caste system into the subcontinent, resulting in zero mobility social classes, and the Indo-Aryan languages are spreading quickly. Interesting. The north of India is being settled and conquered by the Indo-Aryan realms, while the south and center remain of the original inhabitants. Also interesting. So you can see a little position here. I also edited a bit the code, so it's a bit different from the normal one. We have like some population changes, I mean some technology changes, it's maximum 100, and colonization changes also. It's similar to the one I think Bloody Europe has, but I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna put everything in military because I'm gonna go on a conquering spree. And every turn has 50 days passing, because in that way we can have events pass in a slow way. So, the next event is the future of Magadha. As an Indo-Aryan realm, we have to keep the conquest going. We must expand southwards, or alternatively, we could try subjugating the other Vedic realms in order to recreate the glory of old. So, with this entire Indo-Aryan conquest, we can either recreate the Vedic Empire, which is a custom, not a custom nation, a formidable nation, a formidable tag, or we can continue the Indo-Aryan invasions, and that's exactly what we will do. So, as you can see, we're just here, chilling with our little realm, and let's see what's next, because I have a good feeling about this. Next event is the plan for conquest. The expansion southwards will be complicated, but will need its own plan. First, we must descend into the lands of the Ganges, and then control the delta of the river. If we do this, we'll be able to rule the area and project power in the entire Ganges. Let's do this. So with this we get some money and some troops. We can immediately spend the money on the army here. And if I'm not wrong, we should start immediately conquering our way down south. So in the south we have the nations of Pundra, or maybe the old tribal monarchies of Pundra and Vanga. So we'll start with Pundra and immediately conquer it. Hopefully we'll be doing this quickly. As we conquered Pundra, we are gonna move into Vanga. And final province, okay. For the next event is domination of the Ganges. Now that the realm of the southern Ganges have been defeated, we can finally conquer into south. Our raids of the cities of the Delta have given us a huge amount of loot. We're close to becoming the richest state in Hindustan. We must go forward. So this gives a bunch of money to integrate the territories. Let's get our land. Of course, we don't need anything apart from the Ganges River area. So we won't need to annex this other land. So we can just leave them like this. But we will need to integrate these territories because we will need them for our further conquests. So, as we do this, we're gonna be disbanding our troops so we don't risk going into bankruptcy, because if we go into bankruptcy, of course, we can't really do anything. So Magadha is expanding southwards, and the other realms are pretty chill for now. So we are not seeing many invasions for now, but I assure you, eventually they'll start going absolutely insane. We still are losing some money, so we'll have to diminish our troops again. I think this will do. And the next event is here. It's called Migration. The lands in our southwest are lightly settled. We have to change this. If we incentivize the migration of the people from our north into their south, we will gain a new valuable lands in the west that can be used to produce the food we need to sustain our expansion. We can either force migrate these people or say it's not worth it. Force migrating will, ruin our economy, I guess, but I think it's worth it because we'll just get a lot of land. But then the good part, we will get all of this land. So now Magadha is one of the biggest realms in the entirety of India. If we get enough money, I will even try to change our government to normal monarchy, but I'm not sure if we can do this. Of course, we have very little troops for now, so we'll have to do with what we have. So we can start the invasion. You can see the invasions are starting. We have Vanga invading the Pundra, and in the west, I think Kosala is invading Panchala. So the republics lost just one of their troops. Okay, no, they survived, I guess. Okay. So we're currently trying to recover our economy into a stable position, but I guess not. The war against the natives. Our conquests must continue. We'll keep the tradition of our ancestors going, and defeat the Dravidians in the south. The holy Vedas have justified our conquest, and we're ready for our next step into the subjugation of the subcontinent. Move forward, brave man of Magadha. Let the conquest begin. So this gives us a bunch of troops that we can use to just go all the way south. And of course our economy will be completely ruined by this, but at this point we don't really care. So let's start with the Kalingans and see if we can easily beat them. Okay, we lost a bit of troops there, but it's not really too bad. Then we'll go into the Telugu lands, which are still, I think, a population that still exists in India. Then we'll go south into the lands of the Andhra people. And then we'll go directly against Dravida, which is basically the main power of the south. We're losing some troops, but since they are a tribal nation, they are way less strong than us. Oh boy, we forgot a province. Damn it. Okay, we'll have to go north again. It's not that bad though. I think these guys don't really have the troop capacity to ruin our plans. Okay, I think we almost win against the Dravidians. And there we go. Let's annex everything. Like Andhra, then annex the Kalingans. Then annex the Telugus. And then try to get whatever we can get in the Dravida lands. Okay, so that's a big conquest. Of course, now we're poor as hell and we don't really know what to do. So I think here we can delete everything apart for like 310 troops. And from here, I think we can just bring these guys here, or most of them, I guess. The rest can be disbanded alongside with these guys. Hopefully we just don't get any revolutions, because if we get revolutions, we are dead. But anyways, our realm is definitely one of the biggest and most important realms in the entire world right now. It's 5th in the charts, even if we don't know anything about the other 10. But we do know that Chedi is in number 12, so we have to, I guess, create a non-aggression pact just to be sure that they don't really invade us. In fact, I guess it's better if we start improving relations with any of our neighbors, so we just don't risk getting invaded, or just create non-aggression pacts, which is also good. So the Vriji, oh my god, the Vriji actually invaded. Oh god, okay, I was not expecting an invasion, honestly. Okay, I have no idea how to solve this. I think we'll just have to get the Videha people and the Vanga people to declare a war against them, so we don't risk getting destroyed. Or, alternatively, they can win against all of us. That's also a possibility, I guess. I guess we'll have to just move our troops north, even if we know they're not enough. So the Brigi are absolutely destroying everything we put against them. I think I actually even conquered the enemy we put against them, so I'll have to get the Ingyawati to declare war against them. Oh my god, okay. And the Shu to declare war against them. The Shu are like a Chinese people. I'm not gonna say Chinese because that's like a modern thing, and this is not the modern world, of course. Okay, so we got our troops in the north, so now hopefully I can just remove these guys from here. And I think this might be it. Okay, that's a good event. Magadha develops. We're quickly becoming one of the most developed realms in Hindustan. The technology sharing done with the civilizations we conquered, as well with the wealth brought to us by the conquest that we took part in, have truly made us a land of wonders for visitors all around the world. Glory to Magadha. So this gives us technology, a bit of money, but really not enough, and a lot of development, which is great, because development means money, basically. They still have a lot of troops, man. And we still have not finished the conquest of the south, so we'll have to recover. Let's keep our military going, and... okay. I think it's it. Okay, we're done. And we can even get a bit of land more, which is nice, honestly, since this border was kind of a bit bad. Okay, so the Vriji kind of resisted. Let's also accept these military access. And they resist one province. But we beat a monarchy, so that's something, I guess. And our troops are very, like, nothing. We're almost out of troops. So we just have to hope that our economy is good enough to recover in the next, like, 50 turns, so we can finish the conquest of the Dravidians. Let's keep the improving relations with our neighbors. Since we got into a war together, now they kind of love us, except these guys, which is a very bad thing. Let's keep going the non-aggression pacts with the Chedi, and maybe let's make one with the Vatsa. But I guess they don't accept. But they're a tribe, so wouldn't worry, honestly. They just have 62,000 people, while we have over 800,000. Okay, our economy managed to actually recover, with time, of course. A lot of turn passed. And unfortunately, the Vidahans are basically losing to the Kosala, so they're not really important for us anymore, but the Ingyawati have actually expanded quite a while, so we'll actually form an alliance with the Ingyawati, which is very good for us overall. And I think it's finally time to finish the conquest of the south. We just have to get some more troops and we'll be ready. If the troops are going from the north, I think we'll have to get them from, like, something we integrated, so these lands, right. Let's move all our troops into the extreme south, into the border with the Dravidians, and since they went there through navy, we're gonna start right now. Let's finish up this conquest. Well, let's go! The wealth of nations. With the entirety of the eastern coastline in our hands, we have become an even greater center of wealth into the subcontinent. All the trade coming from the merchant realms of the southern tips into the peninsula of the Semites and the rich lands of the east have been coming to us as well. So thanks to the fact that we control all this coast, we actually managed to get the wealth from Arabia and the eastern realms, which probably are like Indochina and China. So we'll get a lot of money and a lot of good economy. So this will be great for integrating what we have been getting all this time, assimilation of provinces. But we're not done yet. Even if we finish the conquest against the Dravidians, I still want to try hand at actually conquering the Pandyan people. I don't think we can do it, but we can try. So apparently they don't have a port right now, so I'll have to just create one right now, here. Oh wait, I actually created a watchtower. Okay. Anyways, let's just go from this ports and immediately try to get their capital. I'm not sure if they can sustain us, but they do have quite a bit of population since they are a plutocracy. So my hopes are just they are not prepared. And they were not prepared at all. I thought they would have a lot of troops, but instead they'll be easily conquered by us. And with that, the entirety of the southern part of the continent that was inhabited is now immediately ours. I'm gonna go and say goodbye to you all, and I hope that you like this video and that you're looking forward to this mod, and see you next time.